Over 80 people, 80 crazy vehicles, drag racing, and trail riding. Our big event, Mini Mayhem Fall 2018. We arrived a few minutes early to unload, and there were already a lot of people there, some of whom camped out the night before and already had a good look at the trails. The condition of the trails was a big concern for us. Just 2 months prior, the area had been flattened and flooded by Hurricane Florence. A little bit of extra mud is no problem when you have a tall ATV with aggressive tires, but this is Mini Mayhem with Cars and Cameras. We're there with mini bikes, go-karts, and other wild but small creations. We were there to get muddy and have a blast, and the weather definitely set the stage for us. You guys brought out some awesome stuff. There were 420cc off-road buggies, a 212-powered tiny ATV, and a Mad Max-looking golf cart, to name a few. We snapped a really impressive group photo, and then everyone split for the drag strip. Everywhere we went caused a huge scene. 50 tiny vehicles stampeding down the road, stirring up a huge cloud of dust and sounding like a swarm of angry bees. Once we all arrived at the drag strip, it didn't take long until the first breakdown.
You are testing the towing capabilities of this go-kart.
I'm gonna go get a mini bike and park this thing back at the trailer. I'll be back.
After the drag strip, it was time for the first trail ride. I hopped on the monster truck cart, which actually did really well. It was a little on the slow side, but the torque and acceleration more than made up for it. I didn't get stuck a single time. Just look at all the different types of vehicles that were out there. And if you're enjoying the video so far, leave us a thumbs up. This video was a lot of fun to make, but it was also a lot of editing time, and a like would be greatly appreciated. At one point we went through a small and muddy technical area that was awesome, but the street bike didn't fare so well.
I'm stoked!
Our group came to a halt when one of the riders lost brakes on his go-kart and went through a huge puddle. So as people do at our events, a bunch of riders stopped to make sure he was towed back to camp safely.
Hit gas once and let go. So let go. It's not returning.
Yeah. I thought he went through the puddle on purpose.
Off-roading. Not like this. I had to. Did you have fun before you did? Yes.
Man, I tried getting beside you to tell you, hey man, your brakes are smoking.
So I'm not really sure what happened, but we had a yard cart go through a giant puddle. Throttle return is broken. I don't know if it'll run, so we're towing it behind this ATV right here. Shouldn't be much farther on this trail ride, so we can get it back to camp in some dry clothes. This is elastic, so it'll stretch, so it won't be so hard on you. Look at me, prepared for one. Flathead.
At one point, even the Yerf Dog had to get a tow back to camp because it ran out of fuel. When we got back to camp, everyone had some time to make repairs. A few guys actually brought a generator and a MIG welder, and then we headed out for another ride.
Oh my God. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's wild. Yeah. It's like a cafe, right? Yeah, dude. Take it.
Go to 14.
What up, dude?
We're out of gas already.
Yep. It is the scoop from the 670 that this guy destroyed. And this is for most unique vehicle, and it goes to the Freedom Machine.
Yes.
I didn't get a raffle.
You got the scoop.
It's not raffle, dude. It's just
Work hard on that.
I work hard flipping it.
Flipping it and everything.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
The second one is the Most Often Stuck Award, and this is just a conglomeration of a bunch of parts. We have the first header on the first Monster Moto 212 swap.
Yep.
This is the piston and part of the rod from the 212 Ike blew up. This is from the pumpkin chunker.
And Rat Rod Wagon.
Yes. And this goes to, Most Often Stuck goes to the dude on the drift trike. That's right. Second to last trophy goes to, well, it's the most surprisingly successful, and this is the block of the 212 that Ike blew up back in
Again.
2016, I think. He had like an 8,000 RPM cam in it, and
Stock rod.
Stock rod. So
I like to party.
most surprisingly successful goes to George's buddy. I don't remember his name, but in the stiff chassis go-kart that was just kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go look at our sign-in sheet for the last one to see, because the last trophy goes to whoever came the farthest. So on our sign-in sheet, we had locations, so we're gonna look at that and be back in a second. We have some honorable mentions. Matt from Columbus, Ohio, 540 miles. Appreciate you coming out. Ellettsville, Indiana, right here, 731. Thanks, man. Yep. I think the winner though is Jeffrey, Jason, and Jeremy from Columbia, Missouri, at 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
Where they at?
We came here for 15 hours of driving, just slightly over 1,000 miles to come out here and be with all these other great folks, you know, with our go-karts and mini bikes. And
Someone else doing that?
sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Go over there.
Today it's mostly been don't.
Thanks for everyone for coming out today. Appreciate it. We're gonna probably set up camp. How many of you guys are staying?
Oh my God.
Everybody. Thanks for everyone who came for the day. And I mean, we're just gonna keep going.
We had an award for the most stuck trophy, but in reality there were a lot of people who were getting stuck and breaking down, and that's perfectly okay. Mini Mayhem was an awesome way for people to put their projects through their paces, and if they got stuck or broke down, half a dozen people would step up to help them. It's a beautiful thing to see, a group of people bumbling through the woods, caked in mud, and having a great time. A huge thank you to everyone who came out, and special thanks to our friends Thomas, Charles, Steve, and Kelby for helping with planning and filming. Mini Mayhem will be back in the spring of 2019. Thanks for watching.